So recently Casanova's been inside the news. According to NY Daily News, Brooklyn-based rapper Casanova surrendered himself to the authorities Wednesday night after he was named in a sweeping indictment of the untouched Gorilla Stone Nation gang earlier this week. Casanova faces racketeering, conspiracy, firearm possession, and conspiracy to distribute controlled substances as a part of an indictment unsealed in the Manhattan federal court. And the other 17 suspects in the indictment were already in custody. So when I first heard this news, I was like, oh, man.
Is this allegedly or just what they got him on?
This is what they got him on. This is what the feds got him on.
I still say allegedly because he hasn't got convicted. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on because you know how they play those games. So
right.
When it's time to pinch somebody that they want to pinch, they'll start moving in and pulling everything to you. You become a magnet, and anything that's metal stick to you.
From what I've heard, they have wiretaps and everything on Casanova. Oh. And when the feds come, they usually come with everything they got, and they have like a 97% conviction rate. But
it's still
I hope Casanova actually the day this news came out that he was wanted, he dropped a video stating that he's he's innocent of this crime, and he's just letting people know how they start to target rappers and things like that. And like the hip hop police are trying to take down rappers, which brings us into another story where Herbo was recently arrested as well. According to TMZ, Herbo and his associates perpetrated a massive fraud to go on like fancy vacations and go on like jets and different types of things they could do. And also they say he bought like designer puppies or whatever. But basically the feds are trying to allegedly get him on this type of case as well. So it's just crazy how in this past few days these rappers are starting to get caught up. Mind you, I want to say 2 years ago, 6ix9ine got indicted around this time as well, and then before that, Bobby Shmurda got indicted around this time as well. It seems like always at the end of the year they start to indict rappers.
They got to meet that quote.
Yeah.
So who knows? And it'd be a bunch of foul stuff going on. It might be some stuff on the back end that somebody want to do and use them as examples. I ain't saying everybody innocent. What I'm saying though is that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, and it's just sad because it's like, as far as these rappers goes, when you rap, I feel like when you want to decide you want to rap, you gotta have both feet in the rap. You can't have 1 foot in the game and 1 foot in the street because it's never gonna end up right.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's more you got 1 foot in the street. I think you have associates, and that's where it ties
you into.
Yeah, it could be your family member, and he could have done some of their associates. That's why I say always allegedly, because if it was some concrete, that had him on it, or if it's going to trial. But I don't know, man. These type of topics I really don't get too much into because it'd be too. You really don't know what's going on, and they be taking people's lives up, and we all got some type of life that somebody might not be all the way on the up and up. So if anything go down, you're in the public eye. They use you as a target.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, because from what I've seen, especially from the Herbo case, it wasn't him so much. I think it was more of his dudes that were around him that got him tied into that.
That's how it happened. They want to stick something. It's called COVID season, so everything going now.
Yeah,
they're trying to make the news. You don't know who was a part of the backstory of these people, who's pushing these narratives, like who really behind all this, just to get rappers popping to a point that we gotta watch rappers now. It's COVID season. We got other things to do.
Do you think this is a big thing though, as far as like?
Nah.
Oh, I'm saying like as rappers getting arrested, like it seems like a lot of rappers are getting targeted.
Well, maybe
past few months, rappers getting arrested.
Maybe it is. I'm not gonna say nah, but yeah, maybe it is. I don't know, but just the fellas just try to stay clean and stay out the way because that's what's happening. Is going down. Stay out the way and watch what will be around you. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if you got a snitch, a federally
informant.
You know what I mean? An informant. I'm just naming all code names to the guys or whoever they are, females, that they done something wrong and they gotta bring some info back.
Yeah.
So you really don't know. I don't know, but I wish those guys luck.
Yeah. Also, I seen that in some of the evidence they had for Casanova's indictment, they were using some of his interviews that he had with Vlad, and a lot of people are upset with Vlad and wondering like,
Why?
is do you think Vlad is like probably like is a part or like cooperates with the police? You think he's like one of the hip hop police people? Because
You never know
a lot of
because
people have been getting when they go on his specific show that he has his interviews, when he does his interviews, they always a lot of police officers use that in court against
where on his platform, people need to, for one, you got to be careful what you say on people platforms. And,
Yeah.
But I've known from the past that artists had problems, and if they did have problems, they used a lot of things off of his platforms to convict some of these individuals. So just be careful what you say on there. That's what, like we say, the new school guys is. I think it's braggadocious days, but back in the day, you just didn't do that because you knew that they watch it all times.
They do for sure. And it's like a lot of people are upset with Vlad, but I'm like, at the same time, it's like these rappers get on his interview, get on his show, and of course he asks those people those kind of like criminal type questions, but at the same time, that's his job. He's a journalist, and they have the right to say they don't want to comment on it or. But a lot of these people incriminate themselves when they go on there, and they know what comes with that.
Yeah, I won't be. You wouldn't have a kid on there. I ain't no kid. You don't want to have me on there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on some, You just don't do that. It's a place and a time for everything, and that's not a place for a platform to spill out your secrets.
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people shouldn't be bad at that, but at the same time, I get why. They they feel
because
a certain type of way.
has been
There's been multiple
targeted.
artists that have been targeted and have people has used his clips in court. Like I forget what artist it was, but one of the I think it was I don't know who it was. From what I think it was Tax Tone or something like that. They used one of his interviews in court with Vlad and like. I guess Tax Tone, he said he felt some type of way at first, but at the same time, he can't get mad at Vlad because that's his platform and that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. So it's like you can't really get mad at him because that's what he does for a living. And you go on his platform, and he asks you specific questions, but at the same time, you have a right to just
but as
deny
artists,
everything.
But as artists, please the fifth. But as artists, they should know now that when you go on certain platforms, and if you know that they're watching, which they always watching and tapping,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to move different and speak. And when you speak, better be on some positiveness.
Yeah,
That's it.
because it's
As
getting
talk
bad.
about feeding the kids at the church or the homeless people, but when you start getting to that gangster boogie, I'm telling you, they own you. They want. It seems like they got nothing else to do now. So
Mm-hmm.
you make it their business. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
just move different and don't on these platforms. Don't get to telling your business.
Yeah, because it gets you, caught up in the long run, which is really messed up.